Before I start this video, I just want to say shout out to my boy Rel for recommending me this video. So with that being said, let's get into the debunk.
If we were basing the battle of Goku vs Saitama on his Season 1 power scaling, it would perhaps be a stalemate where Goku simply couldn't hurt Saitama and Saitama simply couldn't hurt Goku.
I really can't say that I agree with that. Goku really just outclasses Saitama.
But with these recent chapters and the power scaling graph that Murata provided, we can see that no matter who Saitama faces, no matter how omnipotent of a being it is, Saitama's power will grow so exponentially that eventually he will start to one-shot that person. So
here's the full entire scan of what he's talking about. So basically that whole entire paragraph on the right is just useless. I mean, really if you want to, but it's really useless. But the important parts I'll read to you. However, due to intense emotion, his abilities were rising exponentially. So due to Saitama's emotions, he got his friend killed and all that shit, his powers were rising. So you can't say whoever he fights, his powers is gonna rise exponentially because it's actually due to his emotion. So unless Goku pisses inside Saitama's Cheerios, it's not gonna do anything to him.
Before we get into any of the other evidence, proof, and techniques, at its simplest form, eventually Saitama would outgrow Goku. But there's even more than that. We also saw that Saitama was able to learn time travel.
Yeah, with the help of Garo, but he kind of forgot it. But unless you want to use that exact same Saitama, then I guess, sure. It wouldn't be immeasurable speed or anything like that, though, because he's not using sheer speed. He's using anti-particles to make them turn backwards or some shit like that. But yeah, it wouldn't be sheer speed.
In the rare scenario that it was somehow possible that Saitama could not beat Ultra Instinct Goku.
Want a break from the ads? If you tap now to watch a short video, you'll receive 30 minutes of ad-free music.
What do you mean, rare, bro? UI Goku outclasses.
He could travel back in time and just simply wipe out child Goku with ease.
So there are a couple of ways that you can argue against that. One, if it was Saitama versus Goku, I'm pretty sure it would just have to be that specific Goku. So if Saitama just got pissed and was like, damn it, I can't kill this dude. He probably won't go back in time and just kill baby Goku to let off some steam. Even if so, it still wouldn't kill Goku as time doesn't work like that. Future Trunks, for example, he went back in time and gave Goku the heart virus medicine and then went back inside his timeline and Goku was still dead. So time just doesn't work like that. He'll just be making an entire new timeline. Meanwhile, that same Goku would still be alive.
You might be asking yourself, couldn't Goku just grab onto Saitama, instant transmission him out somewhere in space, and then transport back to Earth, leaving Saitama to die out in the cold of space?
Now, to be honest with you, it completely depends on the distance. If Goku holds on to Saitama and teleports him to Kaioshin's planet, it then just leaves. I don't see Saitama getting back. Now, the thing with Saitama getting away from the sun or getting out of the sun, come on, Garo literally put him inside the sun and then literally used a hyperscape portal to go right back, so Saitama most likely just farted and followed him.
Well, for one, Saitama doesn't need to breathe. As we saw from not only the moon of Earth, but also the moon of Jupiter, Saitama doesn't need air. He does not need to breathe, and we've seen Goku fight out in the atmosphere, Saiyans seemingly having a ability to fight in the atmosphere without much detriment to their overall stamina.
That is true, I will have to give you that.
But not in the cold of space. Saitama can just simply serious fart his way back to Earth.
Now, I already explained what he couldn't do is if it was far away.
There was even an interview where Murata was asked, what would have happened if Boros kicked Saitama into the moon, but there was no moon there? Would he have just flown out into space and simply died? To which Murata replied, oh, I bet he would have just serious farted his way back. And that's exactly what happened as Garo tried to leave Saitama out in the cold of space. He farted his way back to Earth, following Garo through his hyperspace gate. But even more than that, Saitama simply could have braced himself on any planet and just jumped back to Earth.
Okay, now you're just making claims that just aren't true. So you're telling me if Saitama got teleported way out inside the galaxy, he just farted back to Earth? Nonsense.
Now, what about Goku's martial arts? We know that Saitama doesn't really have much martial arts technique as it is. Garo even mentioning that in their battle and slightly taking advantage of the fight for a brief moment by simply outmaneuvering Saitama. This would only give Goku a brief advantage as Saitama's power scaling is exponential and infinite.
Providing claims were no proof. Here's the raw scan on where he said he was limitless, and here would be the rough translation of what he said. Never even mentions that he's limitless. And keep in mind, this is a rough translation.
Eventually, Saitama would get too strong and fast that Goku's martial arts would become completely inconsequential. He would
Okay, first off, Goku has higher attack potency and speed than him. You can even argue that he has higher attack potency on a higher dimensional scale. You can also argue that he's a lot faster than Saitama, so he would just speed blitz him.
no longer be able to dodge or deflect Saitama's punches, and Saitama's punches would start just completely shattering Goku's guard. Even further than that, we've seen that Saitama can copy other people's techniques, potentially even being able to copy Ultra Instinct.
I would actually like for you to prove that claim. Ultra Instinct is very hard to tap into, let alone master. And just one way to attain Ultra Instinct, your heart and body would have to be calm.
Simply looked at Garo's ultimate martial arts, which wasn't even perfected with the power of God, and was able to copy it, giving him time travel. Saitama does not obey the laws of physics or reality. We've even seen him punch his way into another dimension.
Goku has way better feats than that. Oh yeah, also, Ultra Instinct can also adapt to people. So let's just say Saitama is stronger than Goku, which is not true. Goku would be able to catch up to Saitama. Kid would most likely be able to slam Saitama. If Beerus and Goku would have kept fighting, they would have destroyed the universe, which would be a way better feat.
So if Goku was trying to escape into the Room of Spirit and Time, or Heaven, or Hell, or some other alternate Dragon Ball dimension, potentially Saitama could just punch his way into it and chase Goku down. It's quite a scary thought.
Too bad it's not true.
But let's not forget Saitama's durability. He was able to withstand the strongest explosion in the entire universe, and he also did not feel the effects of cosmic radiation around him. He is literally invincible, and meanwhile, Goku has pretty low durability.
Literally, if you let your guard down in Dragon Ball, anything can kill you. Whis literally explains it. I'm too lazy to find the scan, but if you do want it, I can give it to you.
Goku would start the fight in his base form, and he would take one singular punch to the face from Saitama, and it would completely wreck his world.
You'd have to prove that Saitama's somewhat on Goku's level, which he's not.
And Goku would let him do it too, just to gauge his power. We've seen Goku say that before in the anime.
Goku knows when to get serious when he needs to.
Additionally, we know that Goku, if his guard is down, can take critical damage from just a low-level attack. If he wasn't expecting Saitama to appear, Saitama simply could just punch through Goku's chest.
And yet, Saitama's just not fast enough to do that.
Now, what about Goku's ultimate technique, the Genki Dama? Well, Saitama's a good guy. The Genki Dama does more damage the more evil you are, and it doesn't matter how big that Genki Dama is, it's simply not going to hurt Saitama. He's invincible, and he's limitless. Goku
More claims that you're not proving at all. Just stop.
has low durability and a limited amount of power. Even if Goku brought a bag of 1,000 senzu beans and continually ate them during the fight, achieving new forms throughout, eventually he would run out of senzu beans, while Saitama doesn't need senzus, doesn't need stamina, and just continually, forever, grows stronger and stronger. And he doesn't even grow stronger at a
Okay, I'm probably gonna end the video here. You're just repeating yourself. Doesn't need stamina and is limitless. Okay, bro, sure. Guess what, bro? You still have to prove that. So have fun.
Dragon Ball level scale. He grows exponentially stronger, which means that even if during this battle Goku achieved a new form beyond Ultra Instinct, it simply wouldn't match up with Saitama's growth potential. And I think that's the biggest argument in favor of Saitama. Up until the most recent chapters, we didn't really know that Saitama had this insane growth potential, but now that we do, now that we've seen the power scaling chart and his limitlessness, it's very clear that there's no way Goku could be.
There's a lot of things that you missed in this video, and I'm surprised that it even got that much hype. Goku utterly slams. Kale utterly slams. Goku scales higher than Saitama, and there's really just no way Saitama can win. So, yeah, that was a pretty easy debunk. Thanks, Rel, for the video. One more thing before I go, kill solos.